everyone here has talked about the process and going through the process so far. I'd like for you to talk about exactly what that process is that will eventually get you to where you want to go.
As a team or individually?
Both.
Individually, I mean, my personal process has just been working harder and harder and harder, and just getting the consistency of building my narrative, just building my narrative to be a stronger player, and just cleaning it up. I feel, but as a team, I feel like we're focused, and we really need to come together, just because we're all new guys. But it's definitely a good thing, especially the fact that we're all in communication with each other, and we just really get along, and we just know exactly what the focus is and what our goal is this year.
Hey, JaVale, how do you see your skill set fitting in with Anthony Davis coming in and playing the four? Obviously, you know how to play with LeBron, but then Danny Green as well, and what those two are free agents this year.
Oh man, I feel like it's a great skill set. I mean, I've figured out and patterned my game on being able to get things done without the ball, and being able to put stats on the board off of hustle plays, off of offensive rebounds, and off of everybody focusing on the main player and a double team, and I get to the open spot. So I feel like I'm extremely successful and good at doing that particular thing, especially with players who need the ball or players who the opponents are focused on.
When you look at over your career, the teams that you have played for, can you say hands down this is the most talented team without putting discount to your teammates up in Golden State? Can you say that this is one of your most talented teams that you've played on?
Yeah, I definitely could say this is one of the most talented teams I've played on. Of course, besides Golden State, but I feel like Golden State really had mostly just starters as all-stars, and a couple of all-stars on the bench also, but they were really focused on that. But I just feel like this team is really well put together. Definitely the people upstairs put the team together well and got a good conglomerate of great players, and that are all just going to work as one unit and really come together.
Hey, JaVale. Welcome right here. The team has shifted from youth. There's not as many young players as there was previously. How do you take the change? How do you embrace the change? And what do you think the change means for the team?
I think it's a positive change. No offense to the younger players that left, but it's definitely a positive change. Everybody knows their role, and they're comfortable in their role. I feel like Rob did a good job before signing players to tell them exactly what they needed to do for this team, and what our goal was, and what we needed them to focus on for us to be in the long run champions.
So much has changed in the last 2 months, but I'm curious what your reaction was when the team brought in DeMarcus Cousins, and how you were looking forward to that working, and then obviously since that he's been injured, what you expect with the dynamic of being White.
My reaction was we got better, and it was unfortunate what happened. And then we got Dwight, and I had the equal reaction of we also got better again. It's just amazing how Rob is plugging people into the right spots at the right time, and how everything's working out for our team to come together and just work. So it's really amazing.
Do you sense any extra motivation in the ground after all the
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the fact that he got injured last year was definitely something he didn't want, obviously, but it's something that affected our outcome with the team, and I feel like a lot of people got injured last year. But I mean, if was the fifth, we'd all be drunk. So if people didn't get injured last year, I feel like we would have went far in the playoffs at least. He definitely has extra motivation just because he didn't get to play the whole season. I mean, anybody would have extra motivation if they got cut just because of something they really can't control, which is an injury.
You're right. You alluded to it a little bit earlier. You talked a few times last year about wanting this time with the Lakers to let people know how serious you are as a player and what changed feel like that's been turning?
I definitely think my time with the Lakers definitely opens people's eyes about how serious of a basketball player I am, and with the right opportunities, how aggressive and successful I could be. For example, last year, I averaged the most points I've averaged, but if you look at the stats and you look at the statistics, there wasn't a lot of post-ups or a lot of things different to where I was playing different. It was mainly just being in the right position with the right players. And, when you're out there with LeBron, it's definitely, I think one game, I think my career high, 10 of those assists were from him. So just that aspect of having a player who can see the floor, and then he also has different weapons this year to see the floor with also. It's definitely a positive thing, and I'm just glad that the narrative is finally turning to how it was supposed to be in the first place.
JaVale, last season this team had sort of two separate goals at the start of the year. There was a bunch of young players that still needed to develop, and then obviously there were visions that we saw LeBron were ready to win. Was that an issue at times last year, trying to navigate those two different masters, and how much clearer of a path by getting you see with this today?
I don't know if that was a issue, but it's definitely good that everybody on this team, like I said before, knows their role, and there's not really much development going on. So it's more of we're getting right into it. Day one, we're in it. You know what I'm saying? Rather than a learning curve, and that's not saying that we had a learning curve last year. Just this year is just slightly different.
Over here in the middle, JaVale. Luke Walton had a reputation of being more of a player's coach. Frank Vogel is more known as a formal coach, I guess, but less so. Talk about how the atmosphere at the beginning of last season compared to the beginning of the season this year. Is this not so much practice and team events or
I have no idea. We haven't had anything organized really, so I can't really comment on how the difference is between Luke and Frank. This is literally the first day, so yeah.
JaVale, been in the NBA a while now, with Kostas Antetokounmpo on a two-way deal on your team, Spain winning the World Cup. How do you feel about the growth of basketball internationally?
The growth of basketball internationally is incredible. These guys are coming in here and playing as hard as they can and doing big things. So I'm just really impressed with the expansion of the NBA and the way it's really just getting really global and producing really high caliber players in different countries.
This camera, if you can do it too and post at the same time, you do one.
Out of focus is good enough. So
Ready?
Yes, sir.
It's really amazing how LeBron's at the podium a little while ago. You're over here taking pictures, laughing and joking. Do you know something that we don't know about your injury?
Well, I'm supposed to be sad.
No, but what was your reaction when you first found out about it, and how are you going to go about handling getting over this hurt?
At first, I was disappointed because at the time I was with USA Basketball, and as you guys know, I've said it a couple times, but that's been one of my dreams to put that jersey on. And obviously, I was disappointed because I couldn't continue with the team. But at the same time, it was good that we caught what I have at the right time. So it is serious, but it's not serious. So it's all about just rehabbing, getting back to it, progressing well, and I'm thirsty to get back out there with my teammates. Yep.
Hey, Kuz, things have been going really well with USA Basketball. It seemed like the shot was coming around. You were in great shape. But how do you think this just impacts your regular season now? How can you build that back up once you're able to start
I think the main thing that it kind of hurts is the conditioning and getting back in the game. Mind tricks and whatnot, playing 5-5 and whatnot. But at the same time, USA basketball just rose my confidence up a lot. A lot. So I think regardless of the injury or not, it was a great thing for me. I learned a lot and got better along the way. So.
Kyle, how did you suffer the injury? Was it in a practice or something? And how has that kind of evolved in your understanding? Did you think it was serious initially, or since you've come back stateside, have you learned more about it?
No, it just happened. I woke up one morning and it just started hurting. For me, I knew it was serious right away because we had an off day prior to the morning that I woke up, and it was hurting, and obviously I knew that wasn't normal, and got an MRI right away, and addressed it right then and there.
So what is this like for you now? You're like the only kid left. Does it feel weird, this media day, and how different it's felt?
I'm grown now. I'm not a kid. Not just playing. We have Talon Horton. He's like 18, so he's the kid. But I know what you mean. It's pretty cool to be on a team like this, especially for me. Growing up, a lot of these guys I've watched, for years and years, and now, I'm a piece of the team, and it's just pretty cool, just from my journey, where I come from and where I'm going. It's awesome.
What do you put as your individual goals for the season?
Individual goals? I want to get better. That's the biggest thing. I worked hard past 2 years, and I think I have a lot of capabilities. For me, I want to be an all-star. I'll probably say that's one of my goals. Something I got to work at, and I don't see why not.
Kyle, to your right. In 2 years with the Lakers, you've built up a really strong, public profile. You've gotten involved in a lot of different businesses and ventures. How would you describe the power of the Lakers brand to help generate those kind of opportunities beyond the game?
The Lakers brand is huge. It's definitely a bonus playing in a big market. You have a chance to have a lot more visibility than you would in a smaller market, and that goes for the business sense too. Like you said, obviously marketing, getting those type of deals is obviously easier, but the business aspect, the ventures, the companies that want to be attached to the Laker brand, and not only the brand but you as a person, it definitely helps a lot. So.
Kyle, you were just talking about some of the goals that you have set for yourself this season, but can you talk about what part of your game that you worked on, or you think is the most important?
The most improvement is just finding a consistent jump shooting form, sticking to it, being consistent with it, and really just having that daily discipline of shooting the same shot every time. I think that's the biggest thing I worked on. A lot of you guys saw it during my USA stint, so that's one thing for sure, the biggest thing. So.
Kyle, over the summer, there was a lot of photos and videos of you hanging out during summer league with LeBron and Anthony, spending a lot of time with them. What has that meant to you in terms of creating a relationship with them, signifying a place with the team, that sort of thing?
It just means I'm here. I think this is a moment I've really been waiting for my entire life. And many people think I can't do or haven't done it in the past, but I'm ready for it. It's just pretty cool to be around guys like that have played at the highest level. Speaking of Bron and AD, and for me to be right there, learn from them every day, see how their habits are, and also challenge and push them too. I think that there's a certain type of respect factor that we all have for each other, and obviously I'm learning, but I'm here to push people too.
Kyle, straight ahead-ish. When you first joined this organization, it was clearly on a rebuild. Last year, there was elements of a rebuild combined with obviously veteran players. How much clearer of a line is it this season when you look around and see a team that's kind of ready to win now? And is there a different feeling because it's so clear?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's a different feeling just from the simple fact that, like you said, the past few years, it's been about development because we had a lot of different young guys in the young core. And now we have a lot of older guys and veterans and, a little bit of mix. AD is still young, but, it's obviously about trying to win, try to get to the playoffs. And, obviously, when you bring in those type of caliber guys that we brought in, we're not just trying to develop,
Couple questions. First of all, you have a leg injury, so are you able to do any form of conditioning? And then also, can you look at expectations? Can you put those in words, I guess, for what the season is, what you expect as a season, both individually and as a team?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, with this type of injuries, you don't want to run and, wear and tear in the pound, but I found different ways to do a lot of different conditioning, still working out, swimming, do that, bicycle, whatever you want to call it. But, I found different ways to still work. And, yeah. And then say it again. For me? Oh, for the team, just make playoffs. That's it. That's the first step. Can't talk about nothing else because, this organization hasn't been to the playoffs in years. So I think that's the goal. And, from there, you take it day by day. You lay a brick, eventually you'll have a house. And, that's something that we need to do. That was my Rob Pelinka metaphor by there. It's pretty damn good.
What are your thoughts on perhaps being a reserve versus being a starter?
Say it again.
What are your thoughts on perhaps being a reserve player versus being a starter? You started last year, perhaps this year you might end up coming up against. What are your thoughts about that?
I don't really care. I know that for me, I'm gonna do what I do on the court. When I get out there, I'm confident. I feel like I'm still one of the best players, no matter every time I step on the court. And